Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Incentive Concepts Live. Want to welcome everybody today for our broadcast. My name is Andy Hudson, and I'm the Director of Marketing for Incentive Concepts. Very happy to have you here on our broadcast today, and looking forward to welcoming our guests. The goal of our broadcasts are to provide a platform for everybody to engage and talk, especially during this time of social distancing, and most importantly, to have some fun. So we hope you're ready to have some fun today. Before I introduce today's guests, I'd like to just go over some housekeeping details. If you're watching on our website, we tried to enable live chat right on our website. So it should be below the YouTube window. If not, you can click on the YouTube link and go over to YouTube, and we'd love for you to chat with us today. So put a comment in there, let us know where your name and where you're watching from, and we're going to be asking you some questions today as well. So we're also trying to stream this today on our Facebook page and on Periscope via Twitter. So hopefully, if you're watching out there, hello on the Facebook and Twitterverse. Incentive Concepts has been working with Escalade Sports since 2012, and we consider them a wonderful partner. And today's guests are David Parker and Gloria French from Escalade Sports, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Let me unmute them here and say hello. Hey, everybody, how are we doing today?
Good afternoon, Andy.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Dave. Hey, Gloria. Good to see you both. Gloria, we're going to start with you, if that's okay. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your role with Escalade Sports?
Okay. I am the sales manager for specialty and premium incentive accounts. I've been with the company roughly 23 years, so I would definitely be one of the elderly. That's the reason you had to help me figure out Zoom yesterday. So anyway, I don't know I can't see who's with us, but my guess is many of the viewers have some familiarity with Escalade Sports, who we are and what we do. But for those that don't, Escalade has been manufacturing and distributing sporting goods equipment since 1927. So we're going on, 93 years here this year. We have, under the Escalade umbrella, we have roughly 45 brands. And those brands encompass product categories from archery to table tennis. As a matter of fact, Escalade Sports owns the brand name Ping Pong, which I always thought was a nice little nugget there. We have residential in-ground basketball systems under Gorilla Basketball and Goal Setter, which are two very premium brands in the marketplace. Play sets, I think I said that. Game tables, which would include anything from air hockey to foosball to shuffleboard to arcade type games for residential in-home entertainment. Billiard tables and accessories, darting. We have some of the most renowned brand names in that industry. And then outdoor games, of course. And last but not least, don't want to forget about our fitness side of the company, which will lead me to introduce Dave Parker, who is going to give you his rendition of home workout. So without further ado, Dave, you're on.
Okay. So I've been working in the fitness industry for 13 plus years in various capacities. I've done operations, marketing, product development, and I'm currently the product manager for Lifeline and Performing Natural Fitness, which fall under sort of our fitness category for Escalade Sports. I live just outside of Chicago in a town called Oak Park, Illinois. So if you're familiar with Frank Lloyd Wright or Ernest Hemingway, maybe you've heard of it. Lots of old style bungalows and small spaces. So at-home fitness is something that I live on a daily basis. So I have a wife and two sons, 10 and 12, and a cat, which may make an appearance at some point, but hopefully not. She's sleeping over there. So we'll see how this goes.
Well, that's great. Well, if the cat comes, just put the cat to work with some exercise routines and you can take a break. But that's what, it's all about right now. Everybody's spending more time at home. So things are happening. We got my daughter's mowing the lawn as we speak, so I had to go right before and tell her to stop mowing the lawn, but at least she's doing that. That's okay. So Dave, thanks for joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit about Lifeline Fitness and the product categories that are within Lifeline?
Sure, absolutely. So Lifeline was founded in the 1970s by a fitness Hall of Famer named Bobby Hines. He was a boxer and started with a beaded jump rope, which they created these crazy little like V-shaped tools, and they would line the beads up and then run a rope through it. And then that started the company and eventually kept going from there and building. And the primary focus of Lifeline is functional fitness training items. So functional fitness is kind of doing everyday body movements versus doing movements that are more classic weight training that you would do with a dumbbell or a barbell or a weight set or something like that. So you're doing, multi-plane movements in different directions and engaging core muscles and stabilizer muscles and that type of thing. So over the years, since the 70s, we've expanded the product category. And one of our featured products is interchangeable resistance cables. So those are resistance tubes that you can basically switch in and out depending on what resistance level you need. So, your son might use or daughter might be using a 10 or 20-pound resistance cable, and then you want to use one, you want to bump it up to a 30, or maybe even use two cables at the same time. We have a patented system that allows you to do that very easily. But we've also moved into some of the more classic fitness categories like dumbbells, weight plates, and that type of thing, as well as introducing the resistance cable system into a number of other products other than just a set of handles and a resistance cable. So suspension training, pull-up assist devices, push-up resistance devices, those types of things. And then also a whole lineup of other functional fitness products like weighted balls, battle ropes, medicine balls, those types of things. So we're really expanding so that we can become the one-stop shop for at-home fitness while still maintaining sort of a light commercial level quality.
Excellent. Great overview. So a lot of us that are working from home right now, and it's new to all of us, we're having to kind of change up our exercise routines. I'm interested from the viewers, and go ahead and type this in the chat. What is your preferred exercise routine right now? So go ahead and type it in the chat, whether it's running or playing tennis or whatever. Personally, what I'm doing right now is I'm taking a lot more walks, either by myself or with my family. And to help my mental health too, I'm varying my route every day. So I might go backwards one day, I might go down a new road that I've never been. And it's actually been pretty fun because I get to see some parts of the neighborhood that are a little bit different. So type in the chats what you're up to. Gloria, what type of exercise are you doing right now?
Well, right now I do a little bit of bike riding. I'm a tennis player. And for a few weeks, or actually for several weeks during the shutdown, we had a tennis court that was open. But unfortunately, about 2 weeks ago, they locked that down. So tennis is my preferred. On a daily basis, I use the Lifeline stability ball as my office desk chair. Does allow me to engage my core a little bit and actually has been a godsend for some back problems. So a little bit of walking as well with my two animals.
Awesome. Dave, you're going to exercise for us today, so we won't let you put you on the hook for that. But let's see, Jennifer Odell, who's tuning in, says daily running or jogging. That's fantastic. Jennifer, Kate Rank, yoga and long walks. Good to hear that, Kate. Walking with weights. Somebody says running and walking the dog. Walking the dog can be quite a good exercise, especially if it's a big dog. And then Lauren says walks and the rowing machine. So a lot of variety out there. Before we get into the next section, I want to mention to all the viewers, we are giving away a Lifeline Power Wheel today. And so if you're watching, go to incentiveconcepts.com/power, and you can enter to win a Power Wheel. We're not going to show the Power Wheel today, but it's great for abs. I think Men's Health dubbed it the ab miracle worker. So if it can work miracles on my abs, I'm going to get one for sure. So go ahead and go over to instantconcepts.com/power, and we'll put that in the comments as well. So Dave, we talked about some of the others, routines here, lots of walks, lots of runs. How does exercise improve physical fitness in general? And then maybe more importantly for right now, what kind of your mental health and workplace productivity?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So I think for me, and one of the things that I've really heard, the amount of news that I've watched recently is that, the reason that the United States in particular is having a more difficult time with this than other countries around the world who are, experiencing the same thing is that, we're not as physically fit. There's some obesity issues in the United States as far as the percentage of the population. So one of the things that we can do to, prepare ourselves if we do get exposed is to be physically fit so that our body is better prepared to fight the virus. That's no guarantee by any means, but it's certainly a good precaution to have. When you're at home, you're a little bit more flexible with your schedule, most likely, so you can fit fitness in. But mentally, it's been proven that, workouts and taking breaks and going on long walks, it reduces the amount of stress in your body, which, it promotes overall health. And it also can help break up the day, right? So instead of just sitting at your table or your desk or on your couch with your laptop, the entire day, if you're able to stop, take a break, and it doesn't have to be anything big. You can do an excellent workout in 15 minutes to split up, that time when you're a little bit more sedentary. It can help, improve your mood and for those that you're with.
Thanks. I actually muted myself there, so I apologize. Somebody just put in the comments that the entry form is not working. We're going to get that fixed here during Dave's next segment, so apologies for that. Let's see. You talked about how important it is for the mental health and well-being, but what type of products do you have there to show us today? I know you're going to kind of give us an overview of every product, and we're going to get that entry form fixed. I apologize for that. But Dave, what kind of products do you have to show us there today?
Sure, absolutely. So like I mentioned, I live in Oak Park, small bungalows, not a lot of space. And what I have here is 4 different items, which is really all you need to get in a fantastic workout. So we have a 5/8 inch thick fitness mat, which is a key foundational piece so that if you're stretching, warming up, doing any kind of floor work, calisthenics, you have a nice padded surface so you're not putting extra pressure on your joints or back. I have a foam roller, 24 inches long here, which can be used both pre and post workout to kind of warm up your muscles and do some stretching, and then afterwards use it for more of a therapeutic massage. You don't have to use it during your workout, but if you want to roll out your back or your hamstrings or that during the day, which might tighten up if you're sitting at a desk all day, then it can certainly be used for that as well. I have a slam ball medicine ball here, which is a very simple piece of equipment. It's been around for ages and can be used for light resistance training, but also a lot of functional movements. So we'll go through some of the things we can do with that. And then I have what we call our TNT Cable System. That comes with a set of handles, which have, and I'll kind of go into this a little bit later, but there are slots there for 3 resistance cables. And it comes with a door anchor, and then you have 3 40-pound cables that can attach to the handles, so you can go anywhere from 40 pounds of resistance all the way up to 120 pounds of resistance, depending on how many cables you use at once.
Excellent, excellent. So let's get a little dive deeper into that exercise mat. I'm assuming that that's a good thing, especially with the hardwood floors. Can you kind of tell us a little more about the exercise mat?
Absolutely. Okay, so
Maybe
this mat is...
Maybe you can demo something for us.
What's that?
Maybe you can demo something for us too.
Yeah, sure. I'll give you a couple of things here where it comes in to good use. So one thing I did want to point out with this particular mat is it does have integrated straps, which allow you, when you roll it up, it stays rolled up. Anyone who has yoga mats or fitness mats at home, that's one of the primary things is anytime you set it down, it pops open and never seems to stay closed, gets folded over, that sort of thing. So this one has integrated carry straps. put that down here. And one of the primary uses for this, push-ups, sit-ups, plank position. It's 5/8 of an inch thick, so over half an inch thick. So it's provides excellent cushion. It's got a nice ribbed surface, so you can get a little bit of grip on it if you want, if you're going in some stretches where traction is an issue. But you know, it's nice and comfortable. Sit down, provides nice support for your back if you're going to do some crunches. Or if you want to do plank, so if you do a forearm plank where all your body weight is on your arms, you go into that. Nice padded surface, no pressure points. And then push-ups, of course, is another foundational movement where if you have any sort of carpal tunnel, wrist issues, arthritis, you know, that 5/8 inch of padding is really going to help you out and make it a more comfortable workout.
Excellent. Excellent. Planks are really popular nowadays, it seems, especially for that core. So very, very important. I don't know if you know this, but I play hockey and I referee ice hockey, and it's all about core strength there. So planks are becoming very popular in hockey too. So that's great. What about the foam roller? What is that? Can you go dive a little deeper in how to use that?
Sure, absolutely. So the foam roller, we actually carry this in a few different lengths, but the 24 inch is a good sort of middle point. You know, we also carry it a 30 inch length, and then the shorter 18 inch length, but 24 seems to be kind of the sweet spot because you can use it along the length of your back as well if you want. 6 inches in diameter, and there are a number of different foam rollers out there. We carry 3 different styles. This is sort of your basic entry-level foam roller, and then you can step up in materials and designs to get, you know, textured patterns or ones that are made of a different material that will have longer lifespan, more durable. But this is a good one, particularly for hamstrings and lower body, like your IT bands. So hopefully you can see this. You know, the low. Can you see that roller at all? Yep, you're good.
Yeah, that's
okay.
good.
So your IT band is one where you're gonna, it kind of runs from your hip down, so you go roll along that nice and slow, and that'll loosen it up, hit those pressure points, and really ease the tension that are in the muscles. Upper back, I know from sitting at a computer and hunching over more than I normally should, you know, I tend to get some upper back and neck stiffness. So you can use this on your upper back to do some rolls there, provide some pressure, ease the tension. And then, as I was mentioning before, you can actually use this along the length of your back. Some of the shorter ones don't provide as much support, but the 24 inch does a good job. And roll side to side to get some of those muscles that might be aligning the spine or along your shoulders that you normally wouldn't be able to hit if you're using it horizontally. Those are a few basic movements that you can do with a foam roller. Super useful piece. You can get creative with it, use it as instability if you're doing push-ups and that type of thing as well.
That's great. And those come in various sizes, if I'm not mistaken, yeah?
Yeah, usually they're about 6 inches in diameter, but there are, you know, ones that we offer that are longer, shorter, have textures for different, you know, pinpoint massage.
Gotcha. So I'm just curious. I think probably everybody's curious. What's the big stack of books behind you?
It's a bookshelf. They're not all stacked one on top of the other because that would be a disaster. But that's just it's a more unique way to stack books.
That's great. Love it. So a lot of people, for those of you that were going to the entry form, I'm sorry for the confusion there. It was disabled, but it's been re-enabled. So go to that entry form, incentiveconcepts.com/power, and enter for a power wheel. We have another little, I want to have another question here, offer another question to everybody there. And it's almost like a viewer poll. Just type this into the questions. What do you think are the top fitness related searches on Amazon in the past 60 days? Okay, so type it into the comments. What are the top fitness related searches on Amazon in the past 60 days? Now, we're not big fans of Amazon personally at Incentive Concepts, but I know you sell stuff through Amazon. But I'd like to hear your comments and see what's in the comments. And while you're doing that, I tell you what, Dave, what do you think it is? What do you think is the top fitness related search on Amazon right now?
Cheap at-home fitness products.
Okay, yeah, that might be right. Okay, let's see what other people are putting in. Let me bring Gloria back on here. I turned her video off all of a sudden for some reason. Gloria, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, your video went off for some reason. What do you think are the top searched in Amazon fitness related searches right now?
Probably equipment for working out at home, I would say. Small equipment, possibly.
Okay, people are typing in right now, home workout equipment, dumbbells, home gym, core training, spin bikes, home fitness. So if I can do this right, and I think I didn't share the screen right at the beginning, let me see if I can get this screen share here. I wanted to share this with everybody because I came across this morning and I thought it was pretty relevant. Here it is right here. Let's go back. Are you guys seeing, Dave, you seeing that graph there?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So here's something, and this is a source, Profitero, which is a e-commerce analytics site. And this is from the past about 60 days, you'd say. And that spiked line is workout equipment for home workouts. And that's the index for Amazon Search Rank Index. And then the second one is weights, and the third one is bikes. So, definitely there's a lot of popularity going on right now with home workout stuff. So this is very timely. So great job, Dave and Gloria. And Gloria, maybe, and I'm sorry your video is off, Gloria, maybe you can speak to that about kind of what you're facing at Escalade Sports right now with demand.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Andy. It's crazy. Since probably, looking at this spike line, probably the exact timeline, anything to do with, I think our fitness side of the business probably felt it first because the gyms were closed. People were, sorry, I'm trying, there I am. People were looking for a way to work out at home, and then, and I'll let David speak to how that exploded. But and then shortly after that, anything. When people realized that the kids were going to be home from school and likely there weren't going to be any vacations, our outdoor products, our trampolines, our basketball equipment, our outdoor games like volleyball, croquet, badminton sets. And then as well as even our indoor games, which normally this isn't a peak time for those, but the demand for table tennis tables and game tables, it's been a wild ride. We're blessed because many aren't as fortunate as we are, but it's been a wild ride.
Yeah, for sure. And our good friend Dan Craig put something in the comments. His most popular exercise routine is how to get kids out of their room. So
I do that one every day.
Yeah, those of us that have teenagers are definitely familiar with that. But
he needs to Gorilla basketball system.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, Dan, if you're watching, you heard Gloria. So you don't want to ignore Gloria there. Get a basketball for your kids. So Dave, you got a couple of other products right now. What else you've got to show us there?
I do. Okay, so we'll go to the medicine ball slam ball. So this is a hard shell but flexible plastic ball, probably about 10 inches in diameter. This one happens to be 8 pounds, but we offer them anywhere from 6 pounds all the way up to 30 pounds. So when I say slam ball, this product is designed for movements where you raise it above your head and then full body force slam it into the ground. So it's designed to withstand that sort of impact. I'm not going to do this on our floor because I don't want to pay for the refinishing. So I will just do some standard medicine ball movements with it. So medicine balls are really good for functional fitness, which I had mentioned before, which is sort of multi-plane, kind of movements that you do every day. So one of my favorite moves is the wood chopper, right? So you go down low, you swing it up and across. Down low, swing it up and across. You switch sides, of course, but big, powerful movements as you go up. This is also another good one that you can do. Tricep extensions, lighter weight, so you're not doing it, so you want to go higher reps on those. You can also do standard sort of full body twists at your abs. This one really engages your core. Medicine balls are fantastic for core work. And then one that is a killer, I don't like to do it, but I know how effective it is, Russian twists. So you want to lift your feet up, hold the ball maybe 8 inches in front of you, and then twist side to side. Those are a few different uses. I actually really like the explosive movements of the slam ball part of it when you're using it. If I was outside, I wouldn't hesitate to do it, but really good product, very versatile.
Yeah, those Russian twists look pretty tough. How many can you get in one rep, do you think?
I just max out. That was it.
That's it.
No, I usually try to go for like 20 to 30 per set, and then maybe 3 sets.
Awesome. Jennifer Odell agrees with you. She says medicine ball is great for Russian twists and crunches. Absolutely. So good for you. And then you've got one more product there, which is kind of my most enjoyable one. I like these a lot. Can you tell us what the resistance band set you have there?
Yep, absolutely. So this one's called the TNT Cable System because it packs a big punch in a small package. So with this system, you get 2 handles, 1 door anchor, which I will demonstrate here in a minute on that door that's behind me, featured so prominently, and then 3 resistance cables. So as I mentioned, these are interchangeable resistance cables. We offer them anywhere from 10 pounds all the way up to 100 pounds per cable. And then the feature that I had mentioned earlier that really sort of springboarded Lifeline forward with resistance cable training is the interchangeable handle and cable system. So it's hard to see. I think maybe you guys can see it. There are 3 slots there. Basically, you take the cable and without any metal carabiners or weighty and noisy attachments, you basically can just put it right into the slot. And the beauty of this handle is you can connect up to 3 cables at a time. So you could theoretically use 3 100-pound cables. I couldn't do this, or I wouldn't be able to move it. You could use 3 100-pound cables with these handles and have 300 pounds of resistance in this small package. So these cables are 5 feet long. Most companies typically sell 4-foot cables. We went with a 5-foot cable because it allows for more exercises. So think of anything that you're doing above your head. So, if you're doing any kind of shoulder presses or that sort of thing, a 5-foot cable will be much better for you because it'll allow you to push it all the way over your head. There is a sort of, I don't want to call it a breaking point, but there's a limit to how far the cables will stretch. So if you go with a 4-foot cable, especially if you're a taller person, you're not going to be able to go all the way over your head for full extension on, shoulder press type movement. Okay, so connected those, pretty quick to connect and disconnect. So I will do just a couple of quick movements. So this right here would be, it's 3 40-pound cables, so that's 120 pounds of resistance. So you can just step on it with your feet. And then you can do, a squat type movement. Normally I'd step on it with both feet, but for ease of demonstration, you can go into your squats for the heavier weighted items or shoulder presses with that. If I wanted to go down to 80 pounds of resistance, I quickly just disconnect that center cable by pulling it and then sliding it through the slot. As you can see, I just did it with one hand. Then you could go with this to curls. You could do sidearm raises. It's a little bit too much weight for me on that one. And you could also do, squats again or presses going up and over.
Right. And are the bands all the same color, or do they come in different colors?
So they're color coded for the 10-pound through the 100-pound. Each one has a different color. This particular kit here just happens to have 3 of the same resistance level.
Okay, great.
So now I want to demonstrate the door anchor, which really is a key component of all resistance cable products. It allows you to do movements that you wouldn't normally be able to do and use different anchor points that allow for you to engage different muscles during your workout. So this is the door anchor. This part goes through the hinge side of the door, and then we have a cable cradle here. You can use up to 3 cables at the same time with it. So it's as simple as opening the door, putting it through the hinge side. You want to give it a nice tug to make sure it's seated. Make sure your door is closed. You always want to do it on the side of the door that opens away from you. It's because if you do it on the other side, the door could pop open unexpectedly. So I want to do it so that it's pressing into the door jamb. Slide your handle through. And all of a sudden I can do tricep kickbacks that I wouldn't normally be able to do without any sort of anchor point. I can do chest presses. I can do flies. And I can add cables to this for more challenge, or if you're using, if you have 2 or 3 people in a family who are using the same product or trying to get a workout in together, it takes, 15 seconds maybe to switch out more cables or add or subtract cables during the workout. And this can also be used low on the door. You can really move it anywhere you want. On that hinged side of the door, and then that way you can do curls from down there to get a different angle. You can do, I'd say sort of punch type moves. If you want to get down, you can do ab crunches with the product down there. So the door anchor really allows you to get off your feet or change the angle of resistance.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure. And I would imagine that, a lot of people aren't traveling right now, but I imagine these would be great things to take with you once we get back to travel, in your hotel room or Airbnb or whatever, maybe you can get a nice workout in there too.
Yeah, these are all something that can fit, on the floor of your closet, no problem. You don't need to cordon off an entire, section of your basement or, an area in your den or garage to put up a big cage, and you can still get plenty of resistance in a small space to build strength.
Awesome. Yeah. So I'm assuming you don't have a gym membership with all of those things.
I have a good source for the products. I do not have a gym membership.
Okay, well, good. That's great. Gloria, do you have anything to add? Those are some fantastic demonstrations there.
Yeah. Not really, but you took my question because I didn't know that, and I was going to ask that because I do have a gym membership, and which costs me dearly monthly. And Dave just showed me with 5 pieces of equipment that if I was so inclined, I could get the same workout at home. That the resistance bands, that's a pretty versatile product. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, for sure. And Regina chimes in. We love Regina. She says, love the amount of space to store these things in, a lot to do without taking up much space when not in use. So I think she just summarized that perfectly. So thanks, Regina, for that comment. And lots of other good comments came in. So we appreciate you all watching. Guess what, guys? That was 35 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun. Dave, you got your workout in for the day. And when I get off of this call, I'm going to have to go work out just to keep up with you. Gloria, maybe we can meet halfway between Evansville and here and play tennis or something.
There you go. So it's a beautiful day. And today might be the day.
All right, good. Well, thank you so much, Dave. This has been great. Thanks to everybody for watching. Gloria, thank you for joining us. This is fantastic. I do want to let everybody know that we are going to continue to do this throughout this kind of quarantine time. So next week, same time, 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central on Thursday, we're going to have our friends with Briggs and Riley joining us. And they're going to be talking about some of the packing tips and tricks with the wonderful Briggs and Riley luggage. And then happy to announce that our friends with Bose are going to come back on June 2nd. So Brian Surratt and Sean Mackey, and they're going to talk about the smart home family of products that Bose is so well known for. So we hope you'll tune in then. Dave, any last comments?
No, I guess it just doesn't take a lot of equipment. You can do it. Just set your mind to it and set aside 15 minutes 3 times a week. And, you can make amazing progress in a short amount of time.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Dave. Gloria, any closing comments from you?
Just wanted to thank you, Dave. Excellent job. You did a great job demonstrating. Andy and the IC team, wonderful to work with. I think what you're doing with these live broadcasts, even though I haven't been able to jump in on a lot of them, I think you guys are forward thinking about how to keep people engaged, and I think it's great. So.
Well, thanks, Gloria. We appreciate it. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching. Dave, Gloria, thanks again one more time, and we'll see you next week. Bye now.
Thank you.
Have a safe Memorial Day.
Be safe, everyone.
Thank you.